What about this new kid, Steven Laundrie? Is that his name? Steve Laundrie?
Is that the one with his girlfriend disappeared?
The guy who went hiking and his girlfriend disappeared.
Did they find the body?
Yeah, they found her.
They don't know if it's her though. They haven't confirmed it. They said it resembles her, but they haven't done the DNA.
How many fucking dead blondes are out in the desert?
Yeah.
Like, where'd they find her?
Well, they found a bunch of dead people over there. They found
2 other people that they think he might have killed also.
Yeah.
Where?
They found 2
in
other
the same
bodies
area.
near an area like a restaurant or a bar they went to.
I mean, how many cross-country tours trips has this guy taken with girlfriends?
Well,
He
the
does
funny
it all
thing
the
is
time.
they have a YouTube channel
where they travel the world.
Hey,
I didn't know that.
Pull
Yeah,
up
they
their
travel
YouTube
the-
channel,
travel the
Ryan.
country.
That's nuts.
They have a YouTube channel.
I mean, I saw the videos, and I saw the video with the
sending it to
cops
you
where
right
he'd been scratched, and he's like,
Yeah.
we got into a fight. But I was like, like they got into an argument, and a scratch, and this, but she was still alive.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Yeah, did you watch the video of them getting pulled over?
Yes.
Yeah. He seemed
They
pretty
think
normal. She seemed like the psycho.
That's what when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, she's crazy, bro. Like he's trying to downplay it. Like, yeah, well, she might have. I know. No, we were both upset. But, so it's like I'm like, okay, he's like a good dude.
Well,
I mean, right up until he.
The theory
choked
is
her out.
what I heard is she's all distraught because he might have just killed those other 2 people.
Were they? I thought they were together. I thought it was just the 2 of them.
Yeah, but there's 2 other dead people.
So what? He said, "Oh, by the way, this is where I dumped the body, and that
I
caused
don't
an
know.
accident."
Maybe she saw.
They had a pretty. Their stories were pretty identical when they got pulled over. Like she was crying. She said, "I've been working on my blog all morning."
Yeah.
Also, and then they pulled him out of the van, and his story was to the T, almost exactly to what hers was.
Yeah.
So they had a pretty well rehearsed story.
Or that's just what happened.
Or that's what
and then
actually
it
happened.
later sparked into,
Yeah, more
I'm
shit
done with this
happened.
chick. It's time. Oh, we're at mile marker 32.
What happened?
Getting close to the grave, to the burial.
Yeah.
I got to choke this chick out. I mean, you think that it's like just
He's
one
on the
area.
lam now.
He's from Vero Beach, Florida, is where his parents live.
There's a lot of crazy people.
It's
in
literally
Florida.
directly across the state from here. It's exactly 2.5 hours east of here.
And you saw the
I
search warrant.
I surf there all the time, exactly where they live.
The
They
search
live on Wabasso.
Did you see
Wabasso
the search
Drive.
warrant where they were searched?
No.
Yeah, it was today. They were there for like 2 hours. There was a search warrant where they went into the house. Or I think the parents let them in.
Yeah.
And they were bringing out box after box. Or they were bringing in boxes, loading them up, and taking them out. So, yeah. So I think the parents are like
Cooperating.
like, look,
But they're not.
yeah.
we
they're
got
not.
a crazy one. We've known it for a while. Like he was probably smashing fucking frogs too.
Well, I heard his mom told him to, like, the night before he went out. He like packed all his camping shit up, all his gear, and fucking hit the road.
After he came back without her.
I think like after they found the body or after he knew they were coming.
Well, he's been gone for a week, and they just found the body yesterday.
Where was the body found? What state?
In Utah, I
Utah.
think. Near Salt Lake City. The last place they were seen was coming out of a hotel near Salt Lake City. This is their YouTube channel.
Where is
Nomadic Static? And look, they posted this video a month ago, and it's got 3.5 million views. It's all from the girl.
So he's banking too. So.
yeah.
The
He's
girl
making some money,
who died or is missing, she got like over 600,000 Instagram followers in the past 5 days.
Well, I mean, it's not for interaction or what do they call
not
it?
no good to
and
her
and
now.
they got
Yeah.
60,000 YouTube subscribers in the past week too.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, man.
56,000. So we're looking for our daughter, and he says she's in Utah. And they said,
Wow.
we looked in Utah, and he said, did you dig?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Crazy
Horrible.
fucking story, bro.
I don't get it. Like, I don't
Where is he?
understand. I'm like I'll commit crime. Like, I get monetary gain. I get that. But the desire to murder someone.
It's got to be baked in.
Like,
gotta be
I've
baked in.
hated people. Like, I've been furious with someone, but I'm not like plotting their death, or I'm not thinking I'm gonna choke you to death. Like, and there's people that do it once, and then they're like,
That was easy.
"This was good stuff. I got to get me another one." Of these. I mean, it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're gonna. How many people have you dated and dropped off in Utah?
You know, there's a psychiatry center in South Florida. I think I want to say Bradenton or Sarasota, and it's an entire sort of like it's like a university for psychiatry that specializes in psychopath and murderers.
We got to interview some of those guys.
Well, I have a guy that actually did a book on that place. A guy who came from there who wrote a book on it, and he's coming on in like the next couple months. And basically, they dedicate their lives to studying people who are serial killers and do commit the most heinous murders.
Crazy.
And I can't wait to have him on here. And because I think like shit like that's got to be big. You got to come like that out of the box when you're born. How can you?
I think those guys. Well, I think sometimes you're probably just born like that. There's also the study that says that typically it's like you can create like a psychopath or a sociopath. Like someone can be created with antisocial disorder if there's some kind of typically some kind of a traumatic event in their childhood will cause that, and others say that they're just born like that. Like there's a case for both, so I think you could probably some are created and some are probably just born like that.
Right.
But I'll bet you like that guy, I'll bet you he'll be either amazingly boring and clinical, or he'll be like have some crazy fucking story. Like he's got to have some. Like he's met some nuts.
Yeah.
That guy's met some people there. He's like, oh, let's nothing. Listen to this one guy. Tell you.
Well, I don't know if he's met a lot of the people that he's studied. A lot of them are people that have been already died, or have like Jack the Ripper was one of them, and
that's no good.
a bunch of people like that. But I'm sure there are some that he has interviewed.
Yeah, I would want to I got to interview these guys.
Yeah,
we got to have a talk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a talk. Oh, fuck.
So so after you took her head off, I took the skull out. I wore, I put her head on. I put her head on my head and wore it as like a hat for a little bit, and then I took the, it's like
Ted Bundy.
Why?
Have you seen we've talked about the Ted Bundy documentary, right? That was a fucking crazy
that was
one.
nuts. Yeah, he got married in jail, and didn't he get the chick pregnant and married?
Yeah.
And
I think so, yeah.
boy, he was talking at the end.
Toured
Wasn't
the
he?
country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Women loved him, too. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah, he had groupies. And,
oh, man, it was so crazy.
what are you doing?
Yeah, that was wild.
Oh, man. Oh, Ted.
Well, Matt, I think we've hit a wall, brother.
All right. I'm,
What have we done, 2 hours?
is it 2 hours?
Yeah.
What's coming up next, Matt?
For me? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what? Speaking of hitting a wall, I hit a wall. Like, so I was getting like 2,000 to 3,000 new subscribers every month on my YouTube channel, right? Mm-hmm. In the last month or so, it's dropped down to like less than 1,000, like 900, 800 or 900. Like, the closer I get to 35,000 subscribers, the slower I'm like, man, it's like I can't break this thing. I mean, at one point I was getting 3,000 a month for several months.
Huh.
And I don't know what happened. And yet I'm putting out more content than ever.